A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a controversial move, the Biden administration has announced tougher asylum restrictions at the United States-Mexico border, a decision that has sparked outrage among migrant rights advocates who label the measures as cruel and illegal. As the November elections approach, the Democratic Party aims to demonstrate a firmer stance on immigration, responding to voter concerns about border security. The new regulations, which expand upon restrictions introduced in June, will prevent migrants from being granted asylum when U.S. officials declare that the southern border is overwhelmed. Previously, the threshold for restricting asylum access was set at 2,500 migrants attempting to enter the U.S. per day, requiring that numbers drop below 1,500 for 1 week to lift the restrictions. However, the newly announced rules will now require that daily numbers remain below 1,500 for nearly a month before any changes can be made. Furthermore, the administration has revised its counting method to include all children, rather than just migrant children from Mexico, thereby tightening the criteria even further. Critics of the new measures have been quick to voice their disapproval. Eleanor Acer, Senior Director for Refugee Protection at Human Rights First, condemned the policy, stating that it perpetuates xenophobic and racist narratives that unfairly depict immigrants as threats. Acer warned that these actions could leave a lasting negative impact on President Biden's legacy. Similarly, Amy Fisher, Director of Refugee and Migrant Rights at Amnesty International USA, criticized the administration for adhering to policies of cruelty when viable solutions exist. Fisher emphasized the need for the U.S. to invest in a more humane system that addresses the needs of those seeking safety rather than perpetuating a cycle of hardship. The American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, also condemned the new restrictions, labeling them illegal. In a social media post, the ACLU emphasized that U.S. asylum laws mandate that individuals fleeing danger should not be forced to wait for an appointment to seek asylum. They argued that the new restrictive measures are not only immoral but violate legal standards established by Congress. The legal framework for asylum in the U.S. requires that any non-citizens on American soil who fear for their lives or freedom due to race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group must be granted due process to seek asylum. Last week, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, issued new legal guidance emphasizing that countries should not penalize asylum seekers for entering irregularly in search of protection, citing Article 31 of the UN Refugee Convention. Elizabeth Tan, UNHCR's Director of Legal Protection, highlighted that many individuals fleeing life-threatening situations often have no choice but to travel irregularly, as they may lack the opportunity to obtain necessary travel documents or visas. Immigration remains a deeply polarizing issue in the U.S., often wielded as a political weapon. Republicans and right-wing media outlets have consistently accused Democrats of being lax on border security, despite the Biden administration's implementation of various restrictions, including the recent asylum curbs. Former President Donald Trump, a Republican presidential candidate, continues to criticize his Democratic rival, Vice President Kamala Harris, on immigration matters. Trump has promised to initiate the largest deportation campaign in U.S. history if elected, while also spreading false narratives about Haitian migrants, which have drawn significant backlash. In response to the ongoing immigration crisis, Harris reaffirmed the Biden administration's commitment to enforcing border regulations during a visit to Arizona. She stated, "The United States is a sovereign nation, and we have a duty to set rules at our border and to enforce them." Despite the Biden administration's insistence that its policies are effective in curbing irregular border crossings, apprehensions of migrants and asylum seekers have remained high. In September alone, U.S. border authorities apprehended approximately 54,000 individuals, a notable decrease from a peak of 250,000 in December. As the new restrictions take effect, the implications for asylum seekers and the broader immigration landscape in the U.S. remain to be seen, with advocates vowing to continue their fight against what they view as unjust policies. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.